Hi, I'm Ariel Caston.
And I'm Jonathan Strickland.
And together, we're going to tell you the stories behind some of the biggest triumphs and failures in business.
That's right. We're going to explore situations that tested the mettle of entrepreneurs. Pivotal moments that required making tough decisions.
We'll be talking about some big companies that everybody knows, like Disney, Lego, and Harley Davidson.
And together, we try to answer the question, what do you do when you find yourself at the brink?
Listen and subscribe at Apple Podcasts or on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Open your hearts, loosen your butts. It's time for Couples Therapy.
Yeah, this podcast is Andy and Naomi's, where they can both laugh and hang with all their homies, talking excellent vacationing with brunches and cuddling, to messy situationships and conscious and coupling, from Netflix hookups to singledom with some Hulu, tech, sex, regrets, or feeling on your new jubu. They gon' talk about it, yeah, you are invited, needing therapy, I guarantee, baby, we got it.
It's couples therapy. Couples therapy.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? I am Naomi.
And I am Andy, and welcome to Couples Therapy.
On Couples Therapy, we, a real-life couple, real-life comedians, bring you the best sets from our live show of the same name, where we have comics who are friends, siblings, lovers, exes, do sets together about their relationship.
Naomi, how are you feeling today on this wonderful Los Angeles October day?
I am doing all right, Andy. You know what I mean? I am excited to see you. For the listeners, we are holding hands intertwined because it's how we connect after a long day. I haven't seen Andy all day, and then we connect on mic. So you gotta make it real. And I'm feeling good. How about you?
I know, I'm liking this. It's the hand holding's feeling electric. Can you feel it in your ears, my friends? Can you feel the hands?
Can you feel the hands in your ears? I hope not. What's
Is
going
that
on?
a t-shirt? Can you feel the hands in your ears?
Nope, not merch. Hashtag not merch.
So, Naomi, my friend Adam came up the other day from San Diego.
Yes, and please, you know what? Tell him I'm sorry I didn't come out to say hi. You know, when you have friends come by and I haven't put on a brassiere or clothing, I just don't want to connect.
There was a point. Well, I just tell people you're depressed at this point, which is true.
Telling people
Which
I'm
is true.
depressed.
Which is true.
Not always. I was just tired. When Adam came, I was sick and tired.
And that's not some kind of offshoot or manifestation of depression?
No, maybe it was PMS, but not depression. You gotta label me correctly, bitch.
Anyway, I used to make excuses. I used to be like, oh, Naomi, she has so much reading she has to catch up on. She has a lot of InStyle magazines. They're just piling up.
Jeez. That's way worse. Yeah, tell him I'm depressed.
Yeah. But now I'm just like, no, she's depressed. She doesn't feel like seeing people. So anyway, we went, whenever Adam's in town, he goes to Amoeba Records. Mm-hmm. And I went with him.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently Amoeba shutting down because the landlord raised the rent like $1 billion.
Oh, God. Can we have one institution?
And McNally Jackson books, and same thing happened to them in Soho. It's a great bookstore.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, culture's disappearing from all our major cities. That's the lesson. I blame global capitalism. So we were there, and I was just perusing.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bruising and perusing.
Cruising and perusing.
Cruising and perusing. Damn it.
Cruise and peruse.
Oh, that's why you're the stand-up and I'm the writer, because I would have to like sit there and like really noodle over that one for an hour or so before I came to cruising and perusing.
What a waste of your time.
Yeah. So I was looking through the albums and I was like, oh, I wonder what Naomi's first album is going to be called. You know, you're in the process of you're trying to get an hour of material together, either for your first special, first album, maybe both at once.
Ooh.
Hey, you know what? That's what they do these days.
Yeah.
You got your special, and then they take the audio. People buy it on Laserdisc. I want to pitch you. I came up with a bunch of album titles for you.
Ooh, thank you so much. I love when you do the work.
I wanted to pitch them to you, see what you felt.
Okay. All right, I'm open.
Okay.
I'm open to your journey.
So they cover a lot of things. They cover a lot of aspects of your personality.
Okay.
No, one of them. So Chris Rock, I thought he has an album called Bigger and Blacker.
Yep.
Special.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, well, maybe that's a story area for us to go in. So obviously, Naomi, you are black. So here's an album title. Let me throw it at you. Naomi McParagon. Unapologetically Black. ... and I'm not apologizing for it.
What? That's like some sort of Chris Rock meets Seinfeld nonsense, and I will not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Next one.
Hey, if we throw Ricky Gervais in there, we got that shitty HBO special. Okay, and then of course Amoeba is obviously also music oriented. Some takeoffs of music albums.
Okay.
The Not So White album.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then of course Back in Black ? Girl, my blackness never left.
I'm more into you saying, girl, my blackness never left. I really like your saying of the title.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you're such a huge AC/DC fan.
Right.
That, that would be. Now, okay, this one is going to require a lot of explanation.
Uh-oh.
Not too much. It's not a long, muddy walk to Payoff Valley, but it is a walk.
Okay.
So the album is just called Button.
Okay.
Okay. But this requires that you write a joke that has that has the catchphrase, which I just came up with last night,
Right.
called "Just call me Button because I'm depressed."
Because you press a button?
Yeah, a button can be depressed.
Okay. Okay.
So the album's called Button, but you have to write a
I have
joke
to write a joke.
with that catchphrase, and then you have to say it a lot.
Repeatedly.
Right? Like,
Okay.
who's the guy who goes, "That's your sign"?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Uh,
If anyone here knows what he's referring to, please tweet at
is it like
Naomi and Andy.
It's one of the blue collar guys.
Okay.
Here's your sign, and the sign
Okay.
says like "You're an idiot" or something. I forget what it is.
Okay.
Speaking of which, if you ever do a blue collar album, it could be called NASCARBs.
Oh, because I do like my carbs.
You like your carbs?
Yeah. But what a fun album title would be Naomi Paragon, Carbo Loaded.
Yeah.
What about that? Oh, he
not
don't
a-
like that one as much.
It's
Is that
not a
'cause
blue collar. It's not a blue collar album.
No, it's not. It's just another option.
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Okay, what else you got?
Okay. Going with the depression theme.
Oh, great.
Sadness, with a side of onion rings.
Ooh, I did have some onion rings this weekend that made me feel better.
Uh-huh.
So that is like, wow.
Yeah, sadness with a side of onion rings. And then this is more of like this is like closer to hip hop stuff, but it's called Sleep S.L. It's acronym.
Yeah.
SLEEP.
Yep.
And it stands for Sad Life Elicits Entertaining Performances.
You stupid boy.
And then finally, a bunch. You're a true crime lover, so a bunch that are around there.
Thank you.
Murder, She Laughed.
Okay.
Cold Case Funnies, or Forensic Funnies, either one.
Oh, God.
And then finally, Criminal Minds, Full Hearts, Can't Lose.
Wow, Andy, I want to say thank you so much for bringing that to me. You
You're
know
welcome.
what I mean? Like for putting thought into that, for covering every aspect of my personality, the most pertinent points. The sadness, the food, the procedurals.
Yeah.
Um,
And just in case you also decide to do blue collar comedy.
right. Giving me that option to tap into that market.
Yeah.
Should you become my manager?
Well, let's see if my dreams fail. And then if they do, then yeah.
Ooh, that'll be a healthy working relationship. Can't wait to live with that. Boom.
No,
You
my dreams are going well, so we're good for a little while at least.
Speaking of dreams going well, let's give these folks some tight ass sets.
I am so excited. We're giving you some sets today from just our latest show in October.
Oh, yeah. At the Virgil. This first set is from, these are two comics who we didn't really know. So this was really exciting to have them on the show and be so great. This is a set from friends Mike Malloy and Dave Borey. You have seen Dave on Conan, True TV's Those Who Can't, and other shows. And he's written for the Comedy Central series, How to Be Broke. Mike performs at festivals all over the country and co-hosts the podcast Favored Nations with comedian Daniel Sloss. Get ready for Dave and Mike.
Roll it.
I'm gonna sit down because I saw Danielle do it and it looked comfortable.
Just gonna start with a wheelchair joke. Out the gate.
Certainly no meaner than anything they said to each other.
That's true. They made me feel like we're better friends than we
Yeah, we're really good friends.
Yeah,
I would
I
never
love
say
you.
anything that, Rod. There's times where I'm hard on you and I feel like you need to get your shit together, but nothing like
There's
that.
a lot of times that you're hard on me. I don't like it.
You need it though.
It's not. It hasn't. I don't have my shit together any better than I did when we first met.
You absolutely do.
Why? Because I have 10 pairs of socks now as opposed to 4?
Yeah, that's 6 more socks. That's 12 more socks.
That's
6
a good-
pairs.
That's good for 2
You're
years.
living much better.
All right,
Since
that's
I
fair.
came into your life.
Don't berate me in front of people we don't know, though. I don't like the way that feels.
I know.
We've been friends for
Not as long as everybody. It feels
no, like 2 years.
But it's been hot and heavy. Where
It's been heavy on my end.
Listen, you made it into the groomsmen lineup in a year
In
and
2
a half.
years, that's such
Yeah.
good timing. How long have the rest of your groomsmen been friends? Like they had to like.
Sloss has been friends with me for 5 years, and my buddy Kudo I've known since we were 13.
So that means I'm like twice as good as Kudo.
You were the minority hire. We needed one.
On today of all to my face. My
What
friend.
do you mean today of all days? What is today?
It's nothing really. The Celtics lost. I was just talking shit.
It's a preseason game. I'll be fine.
Will you?
Yeah, no, I walk in here. This son of a bitch. We don't say anything mean to each other, but apparently, when I walk in here is when he decides, hey, both your teams lost today. How do you feel about that?
That's not a bad way. Don't make me feel
As
bad
soon
for that.
as I
That's a
get in
fact.
here, it's the
I
first
didn't
thing.
say
Well,
like,
you didn't
hey,
even
you're
say
ugly
hello.
as fuck. I was just
No, you-
like, don't be like that. Let's talk about how we became friends. I want to say that I started being friends with you because I went to 2 barbecues that you were the only white person at.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy might be worth investing a future.
Yeah. I don't fuck with the whites very much. I don't care for their
Which is
tomfoolery.
crazy because you're so white.
Yeah.
Like I don't like when we hang out. You do the whitest like.
What white shit do I do? How
You
dare
have 2
you?
large screen TVs that you
That's
watch
just
sports.
baller shit. How dare you? That's not white shit. That's
That's
just
white shit. They're
that's
side
just-
by side. Your wife hates it.
yeah. Well, no, my
Your
fiance.
fiance hates it.
I don't have a wife yet.
Well, you got a fiance. That's a weird way.
That's so weird that I still have to use like that word. That's weird.
Fiance?
Yeah,
I mean, it rhymes with Beyonce.
that is true.
That's always good. I like Mike as a friend because he saves me from a lot of situations. I'm like a rascal, low-key.
He's a slippery boy. He
I'm a
likes
slippery. I don't think I'm a bad guy. I'm like not like a bad person, but
You're
I
a
have,
problem though. You're like
I'm like a
Barry
problem.
Sanders in the backfield.
Yeah.
You throw that screen pass to you, and you're all over the place.
and I'm on coke. No,
Yeah, and he's on coke.
like you got me out of a fight a few weeks ago, and I'm so thankful for that.
Is this the chicken wing incident?
This is the
we're
chicken.
Speaking of
This is the chicken wing debacle.
chicken gate,
Chicken
Wingate,
Wingate. It's 18.
Winghazi.
Yeah, Winghazi. I like that one.
Winghazi, I
That's
think,
why
is
we're
what we
friends.
settled on.
We circled around it. I'm glad we hit
Yeah.
it on the head at the end. Because what happened? We went out drinking,
As one does.
and I was in a bad mood.
When was it? Because was there something that happened that had you in that mindset? Because you were just ready to fight over nothing.
Yeah, over chicken wings.
Okay, so here's what happened. I come back from the bathroom, and 4 men have circled around David, and they've made their intentions very clear that they plan to beat him up.
Planned.
They hadn't done it yet, but that was clearly their frame of mind, is that they were about to beat you up.
Yeah, they wanted to beat the shit out
a
of me.
reason not to, and I presented myself. I got in between them. I was like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Which
and
comes
I see,
to the real reason I hang out with you. Mike trained MMA, and he makes me feel safe. That's a lot of our relationship.
yeah, I dabbled.
But you saved me that night, and I've always really appreciated it because I think a lot of people would have left me.
Oh yeah, a lot of people would have let you get your ass kicked because you probably needed it and probably deserved it.
Well, I don't think that that's the front we need
So
to take.
no,
with
I
these
come
people
in
we
there
don't know.
and there's these 4 guys who want to beat the shit out of David because he just went over and stole one of their chicken wings. We're at this spot called The Roost. It's a fucking dump. I don't know if any of you have ever been there. It's called The
I
Roost.
feel
It's
like you're
fucking
not
terrible.
saying it right. I wasn't like, hey,
And-
you piece of shit.
No,
I was
but
like,
you took their chicken wings, and that's
but
a
it was-
fucking
I was-
act of aggression.
But it was cool the way I did it. It wasn't like, I wasn't like, hey, you pieces of shit. I was like dancing, and I like spun around, and then just like, I also grabbed a wing and kept dancing away. And I was like, nice with it. Like it wasn't, You make me sound so bad. Like I'm still the hero of this story. Right?
No.
Agree to disagree. I'm the hero of the story. Because I
No.
wasn't
I think, if anything, I'm the hero of the story because I saved you from getting your ass
First
kicked
of all,
by
they had
4
11
dudes.
other wings. Greedy much, right? Like,
And it wasn't even a good wing that you stole. If this was
So
a
let me
quality
have it.
wing, I would have been like,
So
all
let
right,
me
I see
have
why
it.
you fucking risked your life getting your
some-
ass kicked by 4 people.
if some
but you
chubby
just fucking
stranger came up to our
willy-nilly
table-
over any wing, you're willing to fucking throw it on the line.
they wanted...
You're willing to put my ass in the breeze. Because now I got to fight 4 dudes?
This
You
is
think that's
just-
something I want?
This sucks because this is so us. Like, I didn't think we were going to...
No, because here's
didn't
the
want-
thing
I didn't want
is
it to
we
be
never
like this.
fucking argue, we never fight. This is when we do it, when
I
we get
feel
an
like it's been
opportunity on
pent up.
stage and they're like, hey, we got to fucking do something interesting. And we're like, how about we fucking talk about the things we're mad at each other about?
Are you not still mad at me about
No,
it?
but I haven't brought it up, and
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
it.
there's a lot that needs to be fucking talked about.
But you should feel good. I did it because I feel
should I-
safe with you.
Thank
I feel
you,
safe
David,
with
that you
you.
feel safe enough to fucking put my ass against 4 dudes. I appreciate it.
We'd have been fine.
I would have been fine.
Yeah, okay, I would have blacked out. You would have been fine. But that's a testament to how cool I think you are that you could beat up 4 guys on my behalf. That's a good friend in my book. You're a good friend to me. I love you. Like, I don't know. You're
I
out
love you
here-
too, but
make
then
me
I
sound
want you
like,
to stop putting
oh,
us in the
David's such a
situation."
monster. He just runs
No,
over
I didn't
and
say a
takes
monster.
chicken
I think
from
you just
strangers.
need to fucking do
Brr,
better.
Hide your babies from this chicken monster.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's-
a chicken monster.
And it's
If
not
you're
like
running,
that.
you're literally chicken burglaring.
I'm not chicken burger.
You're burgling chicken.
I didn't burgle it because, hey, I
You
didn't
burgled.
eat it. I didn't eat it. I didn't-
Did
did
it
I-
get eaten by anybody? It went to waste because
Yeah.
they didn't want the chicken wing back, surprisingly,
'Cause they're
after you put your
cowards?
fucking grubby
'Cause they're
mitts all over it.
cowards.
But they wanted to, and I tried diffusing it in not a fight way. I was just like, hey, he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
And I thought that would make sense to them. And they were just like, no, we still want to beat him up. And then luckily Ian came over, who's like gigantic.
He's bigger than both.
Because I don't look big, but like, I can fucking hurt everybody here.
He's
There's
got
nobody.
that Boston anger.
I
He
just, it's funny because I like
makes him
scan the
wanna punch
room
it
to make
different,
sure that
you
there's
know?
nobody I could beat up, but no, I could literally, not a single one of you.
You're so good at making friends. Now I understand how this happened.
I just like to remind people that if they get out of pocket in any way, I can throw them in a trash can. Just roll them down a hill.
That's a crazy way for you to live your life that you feel like you could do that to most people.
Why do you think I'm like this? Because in the back of my mind, I know that.
I thought it was just a white thing, to be honest.
No, it started with I ran my mouth a lot, and I needed to learn how to fight because of that. And one fed the other. It's a symbiotic thing.
You know, that's also why I'm friends with you, is because you do talk way too much shit, but you do it against, like, bad people.
Yeah.
Like, Mike is always, like, people on Twitter will be like, R.I.P. Paul Walker, and then Mike will be like,
Hey, fucked a kid. Fuck him.
you know, you're like a social justice warrior for real.
Yeah.
Because you like to fight.
Let's mourn for Paul Walker and all the 16-year-old mistresses he left behind. Oh, boo fucking who. I wish he wrapped his fucking Porsche around a tree twice. Fuck him.
What a turn this took. You guys didn't think this was going to be the anti-Paul Walker set of the night. Come to find
Who'd have
out.
thought?
Come to find out. But that's why, that is the thing I like about you, and it makes me glad that I'm friends with you, because you're just always down, like, rapists, sex offenders, like, racists. You're
Very
always trying-
bold of me to take a stance against those sort of people. What a courageous man I am.
Well, you know, it's hard for white guys these days. So.
It's as tough as it's ever been. Which is like before there was no obstacles, now there's like the Sunday paper we have to jump over, and that's it.
You
It's
do
just
use your white
slightly
privilege
harder.
to help me out sometimes, and that's cool.
Yeah, I get you into bars.
You get me
and
into
stuff.
bars when I don't have ID or money.
Yeah,
You checked me in at the Watergate?
I did. I had to, because David doesn't have a credit card, so every time that we go
Oh,
on the
okay.
road,
David doesn't trust putting his name on lots of shit. Well, I don't have a credit card though, and you put me down at the Watergate, and that was.
They held $1,000 on my account for like a week.
You have $1,000?
David, I'm doing well.
You have $1,000?
Several thousands of dollars.
Like
dozens.
liquid?
Of them. Liquid, baby. Assets.
See,
no
that's
assets.
my problem. Most of my money's tied up in Taco Bell gift cards.
Yeah. You got into the silver game for a while. and
I
that
did
was the
get into
problem.
silver, but
He's
then
not
I had
even
to sell
kidding.
it for rent. I sold all my precious metals.
I look like somebody who should have bitcoins, but I
You
don't.
do look like you should have Bitcoin.
I should have some.
You look like
Every
an
time I
insider
put
trader.
this outfit on, I should just get handed a couple bitcoins.
That's your only outfit.
Like I
though.
unlocked something in a fucking video game. It's just like, yeah, you put on this outfit, you get a couple bitcoins.
You do look like a Bitcoin baron.
Yeah.
You look like that kid from Blank Check grown up. Like if he'd invested the money wisely, that would be my point. Right? Like you just trade MMA and you wear backward hats all the time and love video games. You're Preston McIntosh. If any of you remember that seminal film. That classic. Yeah, somebody raised their hand. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was Preston McIntosh? Like he was like, I'm here! And then Mike beat him up.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, man. What else about our friendship do you like? Let's talk about the positives.
Oh,
I
we
feel
got the light, didn't we?
did we get the light?
we?
Okay, I'm sorry.
We should probably wrap this.
Okay. Well,
What do I like about our friendship? Well, you're one of my best pals in the whole world, and my dog likes you second most besides me.
even sometimes more than you.
Well, when you get there, yeah. He likes
he
whoever
likes
just
me
came
a
in the room because he's a hoe.
He is a hoe-ass dog.
He is a hoe-ass dog.
What else do I want to say? I like you very much. I'm thankful we're friends. We text each other in the morning, and that's not something I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Usually,
text
every
him.
time I text David, I'm just like, he's not up yet, and there he is. He's
Yeah,
up.
I wake up way earlier than everybody thinks,
So much earlier.
which is cool because everybody just thinks I wake up at 11.
That's just a
10:30 now. I'm a hero. You know. Good life for me. Yeah, I'm glad we're friends. We don't have any anecdotes or anything.
We don't.
To
Close
end
it
on.
out. No, just the chicken.
The
wing
wing
story.
thing was kind of our big.
Yeah, that was a big.
That was our big bit.
We got here at 7:45 and like, what are we gonna do?
The wing thing.
The wing thing, right? We'll build around that.
Yeah, and then I think we did all right
We did okay.
for
what do
a
you
couple
think?
of couple of dumb rascals.
Couple of dummies. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Goodbye.
Yeah,
everybody.
thanks guys so much. Appreciate it.
What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life! As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store. Welcome back, friends.
Before we get into the what we're going to talk about, I gotta say, Dave and Mike, love their personalities. Love listening to them. I kind of want to be their friends.
I don't know. I'm worried. You know, Mike is obviously able to kill people with his bare hands. And I don't know if I want you engaging with that kind of person.
No killer whites.
I mean, obviously Dave seems like a calming influence on him. So if you hang out with them together, I think in the end it will be good. That could be fun for you. But I want you to be careful.
But they just seem like fun guys that would be like fun to just chill out with and eat. Well, they would eat chicken wings. I would eat cauliflower, buffalo cauliflower.
That could be good for you because, like, I mean, isn't that like kind of a thing you're working on?
Yeah, but speaking of which, the thing I want to talk to you about today,
Yeah.
and by extension, all of you listeners out there in Radioland, about socializing, about my lack of social skills. Well, not lack.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't say lack. I am a very friendly person, and
You're
and-
friendly. You're knowledgeable on an array of topics.
Yes, and you know, we were at a party on Saturday.
Yeah,
a friend of ours'
yep.
birthday party, and I had some wonderful conversations about when I was in grad school in philosophy, and a friend of mine from UCB that I haven't seen in a while. We talked about everyone's childhoods and and existential paths and all this
That's
stuff.
your favorite. Andy loves to come into a mix and get existential. This was actually a fun party in that, because we don't know so many people, usually we go to a party and tend to stick to each other. This was a good party where we got there early enough that we were able to secure chairs, seats at the bar, honey, and that's how I like to sit at a party. I'm not leaving. I get a good spot, a nice air pocket, and you come to me.
Yeah.
Whoever just passes through my area, my orbit, that's who I see. I will not be milling about.
Yeah, we go to a party and we form our own receiving line, basically.
And so this was one where we pretty much talked to different people.
Planted ourselves back to back. We were in
back.
different conversations the whole time. It was
Oh,
lovely.
that's like all I've ever wanted from a relationship.
Yeah.
But you were doing that. You were doing your thing.
But okay, so towards the end of the night, this woman joins the conversation, and so this is my problem with social skills, with my social skills in particular, which is that I'm not always if I'm not present 100% of the time, I end up sticking my foot in my mouth. And I'm often just like off in flights of fancy, all right? I'm like in my head, I'm in a meadow, there's a unicorn, there's a Bigfoot, we're having a birthday party.
Oh my God.
And sometimes I just go off and I'm like composing a tweet in my head while someone's talking to me.
Jesus.
And just like that's just what my brain does. And I've tried to control it before. And I can to a certain extent, but every once in a while, I just like drift off into cloudland. Mm-hmm. So this woman joins the conversation. Very nice. She's, I would say, like, late 40s, early 50s. And we're talking, she's, she lived in New York for a long time. And so we're talking about that. And I'm like, oh, I hate Los Angeles. And she's like, oh, no, Los Angeles is great place to raise a kid. And I'm just like, I'm not putting all the pieces together exactly. And she is like talking about how she was in an indie rock band in the 90s, and she's married to a rapper. And I'm just not like really, I'm like off in my head for whatever reason. I think
I think I remember this moment. It was later in the night. So perhaps, at that point it was about close to midnight. We had already been there a good 2 hours. You lose your energy. You lose your steam.
Honey, I got an hour in me.
Okay. Well, then that's no excuse. Go ahead.
I'm saying, like, I got an hour of pure focusing.
Yeah.
I had a meeting. I had like a business meeting yesterday. I focused for that hour, and I was spent the rest of the day.
You're so delicate.
Oh, very. Yes. No. I think I've said this before, but I'm basically like a doily in human form. Just a lace doily with arms.
And so you're having the chat.
So we're having the chat. I'm just not paying attention. And I'm like, at some point, like, I'm like desperate for something to say. I just don't know how to, like, my brain's not functioning. I'm not able to like carry on the conversation. I go, oh, so you're in a band in the 90s. So that would put you right smack dab in the middle of the Riot Girl movement. And she's like, yeah, I kind of invented it. I don't know if you knew that. And I'm like, and suddenly, like, it's one of those.
It's a Goodwill Hunting, beautiful mind moment.
Right. Like like in a movie, this would be like it depicted in like you would see like metaphorically me fall in a pool at that moment. Like just like life's. I'm like, oh, this is Kathleen Hanna I'm talking to. Married to one of the Beastie Boys. Suddenly all the pieces are being put into place.
Yeah, tell us all the pieces. Because, I didn't really know the moment. As someone who didn't know indie, who doesn't know Riot Girl or indie rock, I still didn't know what to feel.
Kathleen Hanna, Bikini Kill, she's the lead singer of Bikini Kill, and just basically, like, helped invent the Riot Girl movement.
Oh, my God. So that's who you were talking to.
Yes. And also someone who, here's the thing, and I was talking to someone the other day about it. I'm like, it was the 90s. It's not like I could Google someone's face. I didn't know what she really looked like. There's very few people in bands that I was into in the 90s that I know exactly what they look like.
Andy, you do not have to feel bad.
I do though, because I'm a fan of her music, and
Right.
and so there's a little bit of like, it's not like it was just like if she had been like, I don't know, from Blues Traveler, if I'd been talking to Mr. Harmonica, what's his name?
I don't
John
know.
Popper from
Okay.
Blues. Obviously I would have recognized him because he would have had a
Harmonica.
bandolero of harmonicas on one of those Chewbacca things that goes across his chest, just
Chewbacca thing.
covered in harmonicas. But it wasn't like a band that I was indifferent to or didn't or
Right. You knew.
Yeah, it
once
wasn't like-
it all came together.
It wasn't like the lead singer of Puddle of Mud or whatever.
I know you're just trying to name bands you don't like, and I'm like, you don't have to do that for me to get it.
Honestly, I couldn't name you one Puddle of Mud song.
Okay.
Anyway, it's just that I stick my it's to me. Here's the thing though, that's shameful that I stuck my foot on my mouth and I can't shake that emotion.
Oh, you're still feeling it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, here we are 5 days later.
I doubt Kathleen cares.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's a very
fine.
nice. She's like an incredibly nice person.
And I'm sure, and also and sometimes I think when you do meet someone who you're really into, or people like, or someone who does have like such a clout and, about them, it's probably better to not freak out and fanboy.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to then have a more equal footing in that interaction.
No, I definitely I remember meeting a friend of ours now who is famous. I had no idea that person was famous when we met them.
Right.
And
Are you just trying to let all the listeners know you have a famous friend? Andrew, please. Be
li-
cool.
look,
we live in Hollywood now.
we live in Los Angeles. It's not like I live in Iowa and I'm really trying to go like, what?
I'm waiting. I'm like, what do you...
How many famous people live in Iowa? Right? If you lived in Iowa and we had a podcast and I was like, so I met this famous person, you would be like, oh, he's name dropping. This is more like, it's kind of a fact of our lives here. We go to the supermarket. I was at the Grove and I walked past John Hamm. Like, it's not.
Ew! That's the most LA sentence you have ever said that is like sick and disgusting, and I will demand it be edited out. My demand may not be met.
And I demand you keep it in to show what a piece of shit I've become out here in Los Angeles.
So, okay, you stick your foot in your mouth. That's okay. I think it's very humanizing and endearing. You're making friends,
But
bit by bit. You can become friends with Dave and Mike if you wanted.
I have a new friend, Peter, and I'm over the moon that we are becoming pals. But again, I stuck my foot in my mouth. I was on Behind the Bastards like a couple weeks ago, and I think I said something on the show like, if you're a conservative, I asked him if he had conservative listeners. By the way, Behind the Bastards, another How Stuff Works podcast.
Very good, very informative. Andy and I have both been on. Give it a listen.
So
and you said
I
some.
think I asked him. We were doing
off.
an episode about Reagan, and I'm like, "Do you have any conservative listeners?" He's like, "Yeah, we do have some." I'm like, "Oh, if I can talk to them for a moment, you guys are all bad people."
Okay.
Right,
All right. Now
which
you're going
is-
to bring some of that heat our way.
Which is
all
true
right,
in-
Andy, pop off your mouth.
In 2018, if you are a conservative, you are not a good person. But
I can't with you sometimes. I can't with you.
But here's the thing. I expected to get a lot of flack for it. I didn't. I got one tweet at me. A single tweet saying like, I liked your show, but I did not like Andy Beckerman. And let me tell you how sensitive I am. That stung. That stung like a million bees.
Yeah. I
And-
get it. Which is why I don't know why you have hot takes. You can't be coming out here saying
got are hot takes, Naomi.
you can't be coming out in these streets being like so-and-so is trash and then get mad when so-and-so comes for you.
Naomi, call me climate change because I got hot takes. Call me global warming because I got hot takes.
Okay.
Call me magma. So, anyway.
Sometimes, listeners, he work my nerves, and I'm not allowed to say anything because then he get mad at me for cutting him off. So then I just gotta roll with it. You feel good still?
It's a good life skill for you to have.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
A good life skill?
That was a step too
to
far.
just roll with whatever you say?
I recognize that now as a step too far, and I'm apologizing.
And that's how you make love work. Thank you, Andy.
So I said, I met Peter for lunch the other day, and I was saying this to him, I'm like, I got this one tweet at me, and I knew he had been, I don't want to tell his story, but he had been troll. I kind of knew it, but I didn't really know it. But he a couple years ago for something he did, he had like been trolled by a bunch of like incels and white supremacists and pieces of shit like that. Can I say that? Is that a hot take in 2018? Can I call white supremacists and incels pieces of shit, Naomi?
Sure.
You're worried that I'm still gonna get flack for that. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're not. No, that part's not it. That's not what this is about. Go on.
And then he went and after I said this one tweet hurt my heart. He's like, yeah, for a period of a month or so, I got a lot of people wrote blogs about me and anonymously attacked me, and I'm like, right. Shut my white fucking mouth. Anyway, Naomi. The point is, I know that I think we've talked about it before on the show, but you go into a lot of interactions with a set list. You go into especially brunches with my parents. You go in with a set list, and I've always kind of no, just improvise, man. Having a conversation is just jazz.
Yeah, you love to riff.
Yeah, I'm the Miles Davis of conversations. In that I am on heroin.
I was gonna say, are you a black man on heroin? But go on.
How about Ornette Coleman of conversations? No, but I'm like, we'll find a fun conversation there. But here's the thing: when you're too free, that's when your foot goes straight in your mouth, and that's the lesson, folks. Don't be free like me. Be like Naomi. Have a set list going into every conversation. Control that conversation, and then get out and go home and take a nap.
That's the gospel truth.
We'll be right back. Here's a commercial.
What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life! As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Mm-hmm. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store.
Welcome back, BB.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed you. We are going to give you another wonderful live set. This is from Max Silvestri and Gabe Liedman. They are writers, comedians, best friends who have co-hosted the long-running show Big Terrific along with Jenny Slate.
Do you remember seeing that in New York?
I do. Who didn't?
I remember going in Brooklyn.
Oh, did
off
you?
Off Bedford? What was that place off Bedford? We don't know. Anyway, go on.
But we have seen the show, and it is wonderful. You guys, Max has been on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Broad City, and The Good Place, and you can see his latest special on Netflix's The Comedy Lineup. Gabe has written for shows like Transparent, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Broad City, Kroll Show, and Inside Amy Schumer.
By the way, guys, just a note, if you don't remember Dave and Mike's set, Max and Gabe are referencing that right at the top. So go back to the top of the show, listen again to Dave and Mike's set, and then come back and listen to this if you don't remember.
Give it up for Max and Gabe.
Roll it.
What's up, guys? How is everyone? I'm Max. This is Gabe.
Hi.
We're a little off our rhythm because we were going to talk about how we can beat up everyone in the audience.
We're so violent and strong.
Yeah, like a big thing about us is our physical explosiveness and our ability to dominate people on the ground, which is where most fights end. And
All of my confidence lives in my body.
Yeah. Did we just get the light 40 seconds in? This was so fun. The point is, I've always respected you. Good night.
Yeah, good night. We're a couple.
Yeah. We've been best friends now for 12, 13 years.
12, 13 years.
We've been hosting a show together for that long. It feels crazy to watch all these couples tonight. I don't think we've ever had a fight.
That is what we've been talking about in the wings here, is that as long as we've been friends and we work together, we've never raised our voices at each other.
Not once. Not ever had a serious disagreement.
Yeah.
But it's not because I don't think we disagree about things. It's just because we live in a really sensitive, passive,
I think we just
non-confrontational space where we
have little squishy hearts.
Yeah, we take the pain and we dig a hole 15 feet deep in our backyard, and then we bury it.
I just smoke it.
Yeah.
I smoke the pain.
We both have houses with chimneys, and we just scream into the chimney when we feel mad. The one thing I think our biggest disagreement was maybe when someone once asked us which we prefer.
Yeah, so at our live show, we like to do a Q&A. You can find... Don't
please.
Be shy,
Oh my God.
please.
Oh my God.
I would rather you be
And this
comfortable.
moment will be huge for people listening at home. But the point is, we gracefully handled
a
someone
really
coming back
cool
from the back
audience
room.
member is finding their seat right now.
Yeah.
For
We
anyone
like
else
the energy.
listening.
Oh, she's leaving. Okay,
Oh,
wow. I guess
okay,
we didn't
well,
handle it as well as we thought.
I actually did not see that coming.
Wow. Wow. I felt like a maitre d' and apparently just fucking running her from the room.
What more of a fucking red carpet with that fucking person?
Luckily, I can probably beat her in a physical fight, which is, again, how we measure ourselves against all audience members day in and day out. Sorry, but anyway, we do a Q&A at our live show.
Yeah, we do a Q&A at our live show, and we think oh, that's a nice way for everyone to get to know us. There was one question that really divided us.
Which do you prefer?
Okay. Oh. Which do you... Well, I feel like it was which feels better.
Yeah, which feels better. You're right.
Which feels better, sneezing or stretching?
Yeah. Whoa. The right first answer. Before
I heard
we
a sneezing.
answer, on the count of 3...
Scream it.
Yeah, on the count of 3, scream it.
Scream your answer.
3, 2, 1...
Stretching, correct.
Right.
Stretching.
It's crazy.
The
It's
correct
crazy
answer.
if you said stretching. Like you should live in a home if you say stretching. That's so...
I do live in a home. That's so weird.
The truth is, I'm outnumbered. I think most people think stretching feels better than sneezing.
Feels so good.
So are there some sneeze heads? Wow! I love this crowd!
Damn.
You're so lucky because I can crush any of you in a physical fight, which we have to keep at the forefront. No, I feel like this was such a wild disagreement.
So many
we had.
sneezes actually feel bad.
Yeah, but don't they feel like wild and necessary in a way that stretches are like
wild
homework that you're like, ugh, I did it, and I guess it's nice. I know this info, but a sneeze is like, I just took a shit in 1 second. Like it's it's like cold brew concentrate or something where you're just like, I want the syrup.
Hate cold brew.
That's the only thing we disagree on.
I'll take an iced coffee over cold brew. Anyone else? Iced coffee over cold brew. Yes. Correct.
But I did want to.
It's just yesterday's coffee.
It's just that's a good slogan for a cheap iced coffee place.
Yeah, it's just yesterday's coffee.
It's just yesterday's coffee.
It's not going to make you feel weird.
Just to clarify, we do not have hot coffee. If you want hot coffee, please go next door to our sister store, which is today's hot coffee now.
Right.
We are yesterday's coffee today.
Yeah.
It's confusing. We file taxes separately. The main reason we were excited to do the show is because I wanted to ask you on stage deeper about a very important story in your life.
Ooh.
And also mine, which is that when you were growing up, you hired a dog psychic.
Correct. Okay, so...
and my partner and I, of 7 years, Leah, we have been talking about getting a dog psychic, which is its own twist. But I want to know.
And I'm the person in your life who has experience with it.
Yes,
right?
literally. I'm like,
so,
yeah.
I wouldn't say that I was the hiring entity. It was my mom. My mom found the psychic. We had a big dog, a bull mastiff, and she was very bad.
Yeah.
She was a
Was this
very
the dog
bad
that
girl.
eventually wore pads?
Well, when she got her period, sure.
Which
She'd
was
just wear 'em, you know?
So very early in my friendship with Gabe, this was maybe 2006, 2007.
I
there was
grew up
just
with
like,
a horse-sized dog who menstruated. And that explains my fucking outfit and my voice.
And I'd had one dog that didn't menstruate, and it was like you had this group of friends where like, oh, and then of course when that dog, we would visit, and she had the pad because her period was really intense at that time, and it was just so much information
Don't
that I
flow
downloaded.
shame my dead horse-sized dog who needed psychic intervention. She had a flow that matched her body size, which was gigantic.
This is a very stupid question, but
why didn't we fix her?
That's my question.
Because it wasn't up to me. It was my fucking fat stoner parents who were psychos. Who were like, why would you do that? It's like, because everyone else did. When will that be a good enough answer for you people?
We bought the pad that you can throw in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
The dishwasher, not the laundry machine?
Yeah.
That's when we all turned.
Everyone.
He said horse-sized period like 3 times. And everyone's just like, we are
Well, that's
charmed.
nature.
And
That's
I
nature.
say dishwasher, and everyone turns.
You're
on
getting
me.
the appliances involved that kept us in nature.
Yeah. The baby's milk bottles or whatever are being washed with that. But anyway, sorry. Let's go back to. No, but it was like I was like, oh, this famous dog,
was a very famous dog, yeah.
And this is like I have a dog and like a big
Her
disagreement.
her name was Rosie, which is your dog's name.
Yes, my dog also is named Rosie. The connection between them, and like we got our dog. This is crazy. She was already fixed. She had already been.
Whoa!
I know, it's nuts. But we adopted her when she was a puppy, already fixed. And a big disagreement I had with my girlfriend is that I am like,
should we put her uterus back in?
yeah.
Can we get it from
It's in the
eBay?
freezer. Either I want to throw it out because I need the freezer space, or we should put it back in.
You stick it back in and you pump it.
Pump it. Yeah. No, I'm just like, it makes me, I love my dog so much, but it makes me sad that she will never feel sexual pleasure or the joy of being a mother.
Was she just female circumcised?
No, but I just mean...
being a mother, sure.
Yeah, it's just not in the mix anymore when your dog's fixed, that they're not going to be like, I'm in it to win it, which is how I describe female sexual pleasure.
But females can have sexual pleasure when they're not trying to have a baby.
I guess...
I've read
but
that.
I don't know...
Obviously, again, you can hear my voice.
I don't think female dogs are having a lot of for her sex. I don't think dog sex is as
well. This is why you need a psychic.
Generous.
You could ask her.
Yeah.
You could ask her directly.
Are
you horny?
Yeah.
Are your needs getting met by the corner of the couch? Or your own fucking face?
Rank the top 10 objects in our home that make you soaking wet.
Horny.
Yeah. So walk me through why and how you got a dog psychic.
Okay, so our big menstruating horse-sized dog was
Rosie,
very badly behaved, and she liked to just eat everything in the house, especially plants. And
like a horse or like a
like
cow,
a horse,
she would just kind of like
she
chew
would
on
graze on potted plants and mini indoor trees and shit like that. And my mom wanted to tell her, you should chew on your toys.
Sure, because I'm sure
instead
you're
of the
buying her
plants.
toys, right?
Oh, she has
toys
plenty
everywhere.
of toys. They just weren't as interesting to her
Yeah.
as the potted plants were. So my mom wanted to get that message to her, found a dog psychic online who lived in the South. I grew up in Philadelphia. Hold for 11 hours of applause. And then...
and weirdly, I've now known multiple friends that have gotten dog psychics. They're sometimes called dog communicators. All of them live in the South. They're not all the same person.
I know. I guess we didn't ask about her future. It was she was a communicator.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
What's
like
Rosie's career gonna be?
right. Yeah.
Period queen of
She's
the
gonna come into money.
Northeast.
Yeah. She's a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna keep eating and shitting until her organs stop or whatever happens with dogs.
That's actually what happened.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And so she found a dog psychic online. She lived in the South. You tell this woman what your dog's name is and where you live, not what breed it is, not what she looks like or what she likes. And then you set up a phone appointment with her.
And there was never any discussion of like, or should we fly down there? Are you in the area?
No.
Ever?
Phone is best. Phone is best.
Phone is best.
This is the
Sure.
method. This is the method.
Dogs famously respond to
Yeah.
speakerphone.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you make an appointment and you say, Rosie.
And it's like her calendar is nuts, I imagine.
There was quite a wait. Quite a wait. We lost a lot of plants in those months. And finally, it was like time for Rosie and Philadelphia's appointment. The lady got on the phone with my mom, and she said, what seems to be the problem? And my mom said, Rosie's eating the plants, and she's not chewing on her toys. So the lady was like, okay. Rosie says, why don't you hold up one of her toys so she knows what she's supposed to be chewing on? So my mom did.
And can I ask, is she like doing a little bit of like, is she making noise to communicate with Rosie? Is it a little bit of like, okay, let me ask Rosie that, and then it's like,
and then a bit of silence.
And a bit of silence,
Yeah,
as if she's just
it's ESP.
ESP over the speakerphone.
Landline.
Landline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just...
No, it wasn't speaker. This was all...
This is my
mom's...
Is she handing the phone to Rosie?
No, it's all ESP.
Oh, it's all ESP. I'm sorry.
Where the
I feel
dog
like
does
a
not
stupid
need
piece
to be
of
on
shit.
the... Does not need to be on the phone.
Okay, of course.
Dog's just being a dog on the floor, gushing blood. At all times. They actually get 11 periods a week. Dogs. It's kind of like how 1 year is 7, whatever.
Yeah.
So
in dog periods.
Yeah.
Etc.
11 a week. It's crazy. So she said, my mom holds up a toy and is like, this is a toy. And the dog's like, oh, interesting. That's my memory of it. The dog's like,
Oh, yeah, I've seen those around the house. Yeah, for sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
I'll chew on that. And okay, now show me a plant. What should I not chew on? My mom was like, this, shook a little plant in the pot. And then it was like, okay, great. And the lady was like, I think she gets it.
I'm getting a sense that she now
She's
knows
like,
the difference in a way she didn't before.
Got it. And then my mom, bless my mom, said, does Rosie have any questions for me?
Like she's running a Q&A at a university or whatever.
I don't know when this line of communication is going to open back up, so
I'd love to open it up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so curious. What does Rosie have any questions for me? And the lady said, actually, she does. And Rosie's question was, what's a chicken? Because sometimes she ate chicken. I'm doing the logic there. She didn't go on to explain. Her cut and dry. Rosie's only question.
Was part of her diet in a big way, though, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Enough that she was like, "What's a chicken?"
What's a chicken? Like I'm eating this every day, and I just would love to. And so,
I would love to know.
How did you answer that question?
My mom Google imaged chickens. And a page of images of chickens loaded on her oversized computer. And the dog, in my memory, was like, okay, interesting.
G2K, good to know. Very happy.
It. I'm so glad I asked.
Yeah.
And that was the end.
This is a great sesh. Oh, man.
And then she kind of stuck to her toys, continued menstruating, and
yeah.
She
can now focus on her true love, which was menstruating.
Yes, exactly.
I've been really distracted by
chicken.
Get down to
mystery.
business.
Yeah.
This is so we have talked in our home about getting a dog psychic for our Rosie because some friends have done it. I don't believe that ESP is necessarily true hard science, but I do think it would be a fun way to spend $140 or whatever.
Yes.
Just like to have a woman in South Carolina be
and
like,
this was pre-Venmo, so you can imagine how the payment went down.
Cutting a check to this off-the-grid loose cannon who is...
so satisfying.
You can imagine all the intense dark messages she's getting from dogs and not charging for. She's just like, I'm hearing a lot of bad news, but I don't get paid for it.
Right.
But my
You
girlfriend...
can book her at what'sachicken.com. It's apparently the only question any dog ever asks.
My girlfriend will not let us get a dog communicator, a dog
Really?
psychic, because she is afraid that despite this whole business seeming to be like, well, she loves that she's a snuggly bunny, and she thinks that your face is so cute, or whatever you charge dog owners for. My girlfriend is worried that we will get a dog psychic who will be like very excited to communicate with Rosie. So pumped to have your $200. Sure. Oh, God, Rosie. Yes, that makes sense. Well, she's saying that even though she appreciates all the work you've done since you adopted her, she wishes she was back at home on the beach in Puerto Rico with her sisters, and she wants to know why you took her away from there. And when can she go home because she really misses her sisters. Nonsense. This is insane. We give this
could
creature
happen.
so much money and love. It is absolutely, we swaddle her in 3 blankets, 2 of which I was given as groomsmen gifts in a wedding.
Oh, wow.
In our bed each night, and just pet her ears and are like, we love you so fucking much. We love you so fucking much. The idea that she would want to go back home to like eating fucking rat corpses on Dead Dog Beach in San Juan is incredibly unlikely. But that's why we can never talk to a psychic.
But does she know what a fucking chicken is, or what?
No, she doesn't at all. Anyway, I'm sorry we don't have a wild disagreement. We love each other and have
And now
for
we're
12
gonna
years.
wrestle!
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Good night.
Bye.
Menstruating dogs. What a life.
I've heard it all. I've officially heard it all.
I obviously know other mammals menstruate, but I thought, like, what do animals in the wild do? Just free bleed? Do they have diva cups? What goes on?
Yeah, they free bleed.
What goes on in the
Maybe if they're like animals with thumbs or paws, they create some sort of pad out of leaves. I don't know.
Hey, now that's an untapped market. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. This was a lovely time to spend with you, Naomi. Lovely time to spend with you, listeners. If you want to hear other episodes, if this is your first time listening to the show, you can subscribe and find other episodes on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from. You can find the show on Twitter at Naomi and Andy. Naomi's on Twitter herself at Blacktress. I'm on Twitter at Andy Beckerman. You can find the show on Instagram at Couples Therapy Pod. And you can always go to couplestherapypod.com for merch needs, to get tickets to our live show, and for other things that are on a website. Naomi, speaking of live shows, we have a live show coming up in Washington, D.C., the seat of Hell World.
I know it, sister. You guys, we are going to be at Benson Ball. Our show is Sunday, October 28th, 5 p.m. at Eaton Workshop. The show will be free, but you need to reserve yourself a seat.
Yes.
So go to the Benson Ball website, find us.
Or go to couplestherapypod.com, and under See Us Live, you can go to the link and you can reserve seats there.
Yes, do it.
It will fill up fast. It's a kind of smallish venue, so make sure if you want to see it, reserve those seats now.
It will be wonderful.
Also, on the 3rd of November is our next live show here in Los Angeles at the Virgil. It's going to be great.
Yes, we've got a dope lineup. We've got Jenna Friedman, who you may know from her Adult Swim show Soft Focus, with her boyfriend Josh Epstein.
From the indie rock band Dale Earnhardt Jr.
We also have Zach Fox and Jack Knight, hilarious comedians. Jack is also on Netflix's comedy lineup, if you've seen that.
Yeah, Nick Turner and Nick Vatterott, Will Miles and Julia Rossi, old friends of ours. We love them all. So make sure you come out and see that if you live here in Los Angeles. Again, get tickets under CS Live on couplestherapypod.com. Naomi, it's been a genuine joy to do this episode with you.
You've really taught me a lot.
I hope you pick one of those album titles.
And I hope you know you're a real prince.
Guys, tweet in your favorite title. Or suggest your own. All right, thanks so much, and see ya. Bye.
Couples therapy. Couples therapy.
My name is Danny Shapiro. and I'm the host of Family Secrets, a podcast that dusts off the family portraits lining the walls and peers deeply into the eyes of the people we're connected to. Join me and my guests on the journey. Family Secrets begins on Thursday, February 14th. Listen to Family Secrets on Apple Podcasts, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you just can't wait to hear more about my family secret, my new book, Inheritance, has just been published. Pick it up wherever books are sold.